Greeting fellow modelers, let's continue with the first ever build I did for YouTube, the Heinkel He111p-2, the cockpit detail. We're going to get into the weeds, so buckle up and let's begin. This video episode is split into two series, the cockpit interior detail first, then the canopy second. We're going to deal with the pilot station, the seat. So here we're cutting out the baseboard for the seat. Now remember, this is 1/72nd scale, okay? This is 3 times reduced in size, so it should be a far easier build at 1/33 scale. So we did our baseboard, and now the seat detail. There are times I go showing how I'm cutting the pieces from paper so that you realize, yes, it's tedious and it's all built from paper. Here, I'm folding the seat base. We're going to just make sure that it's quickly tacked in place with super glue, and then the outside of the seat. So we're doubling the sides of the seat. The armor plate that goes on the back end. Lovely. And then the headrest. Now occasionally you are going to see here, I'm just using the toothpick to roll the chair handle, the seating handle, and just tack in place with super glue. You're going to see difference in the quality of recording. Remember, this is the first ever one I did for YouTube, and this was 3 years ago, so please bear with me. Here we're putting on the base at the seating. This now will take the rudder pedal cylinders. Now, because of the size, I'm using toothpick to do these parts. Sanded and cut and put there. These will be painted later. Then the rudder pedal themselves. I love the intricacies of work, but sometimes the parts are just so darn small. But it works out anyway. The pedals. And tack on to the base. That string you see out, it is to curl around, and that is where your foot would be secured. Course, sorry for the out of focus. This is me trying to understand how to use my phone as a footage. So this is historical data, like the first ever, and I'm pretty happy I did it. I didn't know that it would turn out to be the start of a wonderful dream for me. Now we're using the stabilizer wheel. Here we're cutting out the base for it, putting it on station. The beauty also about it is that with all this fine work being lost eventually, it's nice to have some sort of record to say, hey, I did this. Paint it up pretty neat as could be at the time, and put that wheel in place. We then paint the rudder pedal. I started before knowing how to mix paint. To paint it green, I realized the color was different, so I just went and paint the whole seat in a uniform color. And that's it, attached. Now we're putting on the control yoke. and we put these sidebars, and I loved how it turned out. We just paint the control yoke and highlight the levers just behind the pilot seat on the right hand side, and that's it. I felt pretty good about this. And now we're doing the bomb aimer navigator section. I decided, why not do a little more with it? And then I decided I will cut out the structural support here. Like I said, went down the rabbit hole to try to do more details, as much detail as possible. Put in the bomb aimer. So apparently they lie down on these, look through the periscope, and get it done. The seating arrangement here, you see me whittling down a toothpick, and this is what I use to form the base of the seat. And then just build the seat up using the rest of that thickness toothpick that I sanded down. And that's it. We'll just paint that up later. Not bad. Not bad at all. Then we just cut parts, what we need to attach the seating to. And once we secure this, we mate it to the position where he will lay down. And that's it. So now that we have our pilot and bombardier navigator section, we're doing the cockpit itself. Complicated window. Looks like the B-29 in a rough way. So the interior here we have to use because it shows the position of where we mount the dial, the gauges on the inside and the panel. The outside here, you see, we put on the outside. So now we cut in the forward cockpit panel out. This you see me doing right here now is very important. I am now using it as a joining strip. This is where now I would join the parts going forward, and this will help with me putting eventually the windows in. So you see I'm taking out those areas which would be the window pane panels. That's a escape hatch. So we're just cutting out these parts here, and then use our knife handle to roll. Then we roll the inside. Now, it took a while to get to what I wanted to do. I joined it in the center first, which was very important. And then I can roll both. Now that the panel lines are aligned, I then get thin plastic sheet. This is from a shrink wrap, and then I cut just the right amount of parts or pieces, and I make the pins individually. Once I secure in place, I just clean it up a bit using the toothpick, and it didn't turn out bad at all. Again, forgive me for the poor quality camera work. This is, like I said, done 3 years ago. I think I learned a bit from then. Now that we joined that, we're going to put in the bulkhead. Now we're not going to glue the bulkhead in. We're just putting the bulkhead in position so that we can attach the panel just behind the cockpit. Here we doubling the bulkhead as per instruction. The thing what I love about these kits sometimes too is that they teach you a bit about the aircraft structure or put things in there you never thought would be inside the aircraft. And when you do your research, you go, oh, it was a thing. So now that I didn't need to put any instrument, I decided to paint the inside as close a color as possible to the cockpit. This now is a rear panel just behind the cockpit. Now that I will attach, and there you go. Now that I've attached it, I glue the bulkhead in place to hold that structure. Now we just add the second framing panel for the canopy. We're putting the instrument panel on the inside, the pilot side. This is why we had to use that internal piece. We put in the pilot station, check the fit and everything carefully. Nice, it held. And then we put in the navigator section, bomb aimer. And that's it. Just escape hatch for the navigator. We'll put in the overhead panel. This here is once a pilot take off, I've learned he slides this into position and retract the seat. At this point, I was really happy with just how this kit was coming together. I couldn't believe that it was just forming right before my very eyes. Beautiful work from GPM. And here now, the main instrument panel. Figured out to tack it in the roof is to use my knife to hold it. And then the dial gauges that are on the right side of the pallet above in the cockpit. You see I put that in. Now here's the technical part. The next set of framework is formed in two parts, and I think it's because it is offset. So this is the lower half here you're seeing me using, cutting out. And then I had to form this, right? So we roll it two ways. Attach this in place first. Secure the plastic panels. And then we do the top half. Now to join it, it was quite a bit of slowly tacking with super glue, holding in position. And yeah, I loved how it turned out. I was pleasantly surprised by this. I was really happy with it. Now forming the front, the bubble, if you will, I took shrink wrap, put it over this, wore some protective glove, and used a small heat gun. That's how I formed that. Put a little glue there. And like I said, everything here comes in a kit. And if you can't form the panel, you can buy this from GPM. I think they sell the canopy and the panels. So it should not be a problem. Here now, I'm making the MG42 defensive machine gun out of toothpick and just putting it in the front. And that's it. This is just the test fit for it. It looked decent. We just glue in place. Here you see I cut off the excess once I got it in the right area. Put the aiming reticule on the top, clip as necessary, and paint again. And that was it. And I can't believe that this model came alive looking like this. Well, that's it for this episode. We'll continue next time. We only have a few more to go before you see the complete model come together. So until then, my friends, take care. Thanks for being with me today. Walk good, and above all, one love.